hiding in a closet. Every inch of her body screams to move, to run, to do something. But she knows movement is death. A guttural clicking fills the silence, high-pitched, scanning, mechanical almost, like knuckles cracking in rapid sequence. It's feeding. Jess curls tighter between coats and the wall, her knees pressed into her chest. Blood streaks one side of her face. Her phone, still glowing faintly, lies under a shoe. It had been Tom's phone an hour ago. 3 knocks, perfectly spaced. She can feel it outside the door now. The air pressure changes, like every molecule in the room holds its breath. The closet door creaks inward, half an inch. Jess clamps her jaw. She can hear her heartbeat against her teeth. Then, silence. A presence leans close. She can hear its breath. Not from lungs, but something else. Something wrong. The air vibrates like a speaker picking up interference. The faint shimmer of her phone screen blinks red. It stops moving. Every nerve in Jess's body begs her to run. The phone's lock screen lights up again. She exhales. The creature's head snaps toward her. You're probably wondering how she ended up here, hiding from something that isn't supposed to exist. To understand that, we have to go back to the night before the power went out, when Jess took the wrong job on the wrong shift. Jess pulls her dented Toyota into the back lot. Midnight. The kind of cold that turns breath into glass. She's 29. One missed rent payment from being on the street. Her old man used to say, "At least night work's quiet. Nobody to bother you." Yeah, nobody. She slings her thermos and backpack over her shoulder and heads toward the employee door. The floodlight above it flickers once, then buzzes dimly. That hum is the sound of every night shift she's ever hated. Jess clocks in. The keypad beeps weakly. The Wi-Fi here barely holds signal. She's alone tonight. Her supervisor, Alvin, texted last minute. "Running late, cover the shift start. I'll swing by after 2. She mutters under her breath. "Yeah, sure. You swing. I'll suffer." She moves through the warehouse, her footsteps trailing a half-second longer than they should before bouncing back. She radios in, standard protocol check. "Night shift start, 12:03 a.m., floor's clear, door locked, cameras active." The mic crackles, but no one answers. Nothing unusual. Yet.
She's halfway through the first security lap, when every light in the East Bay flickers once, then steadies, then again, this time accompanied by a faint, distorted pop from the intercom. Jess stops. The hell? She looks up. The motion sensor lights are twitching in a pattern, like something's tripping them out of sync. "Alvin, you patching the cameras remotely or something? They're going..." Darkness swallows the warehouse. The only sound now is wind squeezing through steel. She turns on her phone flashlight. Pale blue beam sketches out rows of boxes, forklift tines glinting like frozen teeth. It stops when she lights it. A single shipment form flutters off a box corner and drifts down to her feet. Blank on both sides. Rats. Gotta be rats. Then a thud. Heavy. Sharp. Too solid for rats. Jess retreats toward the office. The emergency backup lights blink on, dim red strobes pulsing across the floor, like a heartbeat. She pulls the breaker box open. All switches flipped up. Power should be on. Her phone buzzes once, then another ping. Do not move. Her throat tightens. Okay, who's screwing with me? Her flashlight snaps toward a sound. A steel door at the end of the hall vibrates slightly, then silence again. Jess backs up slowly, feeling the wall. Cold condensation. The concrete hums. She doesn't know it yet, but that hum isn't the building. It's breathing. Jess stands frozen beside the breaker box. That warning text still glowing on her phone. Her heart pounds so loud, she can hear it inside her ears. Then, a sound. Faint, but clear. Not random, measured, deliberate. It echoes down the far aisle, like the sharp tap of fingernails on metal. She barely breathes. The ticking stops, replaced by something that sounds like muscles stretching, like tendons sliding wetly through pipes. Her flashlight beam trembles as she points it down the corridor. No movement, just a broken forklift, half-shadowed. Alvin? Nothing. She takes one step, then another. Her boot sole sticks, a patch of liquid on the floor, dark, tacky. Blood. Still warm. And beside it, a handprint. Elongated fingers, nails gouging deep crescents into the concrete. The spacing's wrong, too wide. Jess crouches. The blood leads toward loading bay 3, the door half lifted. Metal teeth glinting above it. She crouches lower, trying to peek under. Her phone buzzes again. She jumps. IT tracks movement. Her shaking hand cuts the light. Seconds stretch into years. Then, something slides under the loading door. Jess bites down, a scream. She steps backward, slow, careful. Every movement, deliberate. The radio at her belt crackles to life. Jess, you there? Alvin. She fumbles at the volume. The radio drops from her hand, clattering across the floor. That single movement, that sound, was all it needed. For half a second, the thing is visible. A towering, spindly white figure, crouched low. Its arms elongated and rolled like tendrils of tendon and bone. It's hairless, eyeless. Its jaw splits open, vertically, ribs flexing outward like insect legs. Then it's gone, vanished into dark. The camera feed monitor behind Jess flickers alive. A single frame repeats, every second, each one catching glimpses of the creature in different places. A frame shows it clinging to the ceiling, the next crouched by a pillar, the next gone. Jess barely flinches. She's too afraid to move. Her flashlight's beam catches fresh gouges in the concrete, each mark angled toward her, like claw drags through stone. Jess sprints for the office, remembering the earlier messages. She dives into the control room, slams the door, and wedges a chair under the handle. She scrolls through her phone. No signal. The messages have disappeared completely. Half the displays show static. The rest reveal frozen frames. The kinetic, in impossible poses, half blurred, vibrating mid-move. You don't see me. You don't see. Then, through the static, Another feed blinks on. There's a shape standing perfectly still. It's her. Exactly her. Same jeans, jacket. But the face is turned toward the camera. Expressionless. That's me. That's me. The doppelganger tilts its head, violently to the side. Darkness again. Then, scraping against the door, slow, wet, testing. Jess grips a screwdriver like a knife, crouched low, eyes teary. The scraping stops. For a stretched heartbeat, nothing moves. Boom! The entire door dents inward, a full foot. Chips of paint rain down. She doesn't scream. She bites through her lip, trying not to. Blood fills her mouth. Boom! The chair splinters. Then, a noise cuts through the tension. The emergency generator kicking back online. Fluorescent lights reignite in harsh white blasts. The pounding stops. The scraping fades. She listens. Faint whir of distant ventilation. The rumble of the generator. Then, nothing else. Maybe it left. But she doesn't notice that the motion light outside the office door has turned on again. And it hasn't turned off. The monster isn't gone. It's waiting. Jess edges out from the office. Every movement is measured, deliberate. The screwdriver still glints faintly in her shaking hand. Her throat burns from holding her breath. Every step sounds too loud in this new stillness. She follows the faint hum of the generator toward the refrigeration wing. The backup power line glowing faint red under the door. She pushes it open, stepping into a misted corridor of frost and condensation. Her lips crack as she exhales steam. Each breath puffs out visible and hangs too long in the air before fading. The floor ahead gleams like a frozen mirror. Smudges drag through the frost, long streaks, alternating like something has been pulled. She swallows hard. Erwin? Her voice returns warped, slowed, echoing strangely. The acoustics wrong, like something thick fills the air. She reaches for the nearest freezer handle. The frost sticks faintly to her glove. She pulls it open. A stale fog pours out, and the light flickers on. Inside, vacuum-sealed packing crates stacked haphazardly. One is half open. Her hand trembles as she peels it aside. Jess stifles a retch. Every crate holds the same. Torn torsos. Faces crushed flat but preserved. Stacked like inventory. Then she notices the walls. Frost patterns spider across them, not random but geometric. Human silhouettes, negative imprints in the ice, arms raised as if pushing outward. Storage. That's what the thing does with what it catches. The same fingernail sound. Closer. Sharper. Coming from behind her. She turns off her flashlight and freezes. The ticking stops mid-beat. At that instant, the frost on the door opposite begins to melt inward, like heat swelling at a single point. Steam curls outward, and from behind the thin steel, something drags a long talon. The door folds outward like paper. It's here. Its movements are so fast, they leave smears of motion blur, vibrating frames of existence. Where its eyes should be, hollow recesses that tremble as though tasting the air. The jaw unhinges sideways, rib plates folding open like shell flaps. Internal muscles flex like pistons, twitching random patterns.